Greetings, it's the Forgotten Prime, and today I want to talk about Terminator and what drew me to it. I was about 15, 16 when I saw the first Terminator. I know I was young, against the rules, but I did anyway. And it scared the living shit out of me. But I liked the story that was behind it. I really didn't understand the complexity of the story until I started doing more research when, say, the second film came out. I loved it, and I was old enough to actually watch it legitly at that point in time. Well, the PG-13 or 4, yeah, 13 version, and then they put out the extended edition a few years later, which I bought, I love, and I still have in my collection. Um, Terminator 3 was okay to me. It was to me, a good way to continue the story and to show how the world had ended. And then the franchise kind of started losing its track since then. I wish that they'd actually used some of this as a template to create something, being that they have many, many years of work that was pretty damn good. I'm at a loss that with all of this beautiful artwork and these stories that are tied to it, like uh, Robocop versus Terminator. The Terminator actually literally killed, or damn near killed that dude. He was beheaded by the Terminator. The Terminator figured, oh, no, he's just a head, no big deal. No, his head was still plugged in to their own machine because he was plugged in at the time, and rebuilt his body using their own technology against them, and made himself a Robocop Terminator. Now that was badass. I think there's a picture of him in flight mode in here somewhere. It's like, with all of this beautiful chances they have right here, and they didn't use any of it. Yes, there were strong women throughout these franchises that you didn't need to beat it over people's heads. But yet it seems that you want to shift the focus from guys to females. I don't really give a shit what you do now anymore. I watched this film and I'm not impressed. It's a decent film because it's just a hack job of all of the first 4 films, I'm thinking, or 5, and mixed them together and basically rehashed them, and also added modern day politics into it. I don't give a shit. That's my opinion on this. It's like, you think that there are no strong women in film. You keep looking back at old films and say that there were no strong women in them, but yet she was badass in the originals. You're like erasing the past to create something new again. You did that with Star Wars. Now you're doing it with here. I'm going to just title this Rehash of another rehash. You guys no longer care about what made the franchise. D2, Terminator. You're forgetting those. You're ignoring them. You are basically saying, I hate the past. Well, guess what? I despise what you've done to the franchise. I have nothing against the actors that played in this film anymore. I have nothing against them. I have everything against the hatred for this franchise. That I despise. And I'm disappointed. You have a gold mine on your hands, and yet you want to preach to me? I ain't gonna spend my money on you. Not a dime on you. And I am continued to be saddened that you want to continue putting politics or ideology in entertainment. I don't care what other people say. There's always something in there. If you see stuff like that, it's because you see it there. When entertainment is made, real entertainment, it has no ideology in it. It just tells a story that'll scare the fuck out of you, or you just find it boring. This was geared for a particular type of people who love suspenseful horror sci-fi. This was a suspenseful horror sci-fi franchise. Every time I picked up a comic book or watched the film, I was always curious of what was going to happen. Who was the hero? Who was the villain? What was their purpose? And the whole chessboard game. That's what was fun about Terminator, because there was always a chessboard game. And when you change things to fit certain narratives, you kill the story. And in this, you did. People have already spoiled this movie. I'm not going to even bother talking about this movie. I made a very eloquent rant and erased it off of YouTube because of the fact that I'm getting out of hand. I am trying to be a little more conversive about this. I want to hear what other people think about this. I am a big fan of Terminator. Am I being too picky? I don't think so. This does not remind me of this, or that. It just makes me think of this and this, which is sad to me. This, I tried to give it a fair shake, and throughout the film, all I saw was these four ladies laughing at the originals. That's what I saw. And this was a failed attempt to create Star Wars. And it was the first nail in my coffin for it. He killed his father. No. No. No, 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 on so many levels. You threw out the extended universe to put her as the center of the universe. They tried that with here. There's another franchise that also put one person at the center of the universe. And it failed. It still fails to me. Star Trek Discovery. I will not endorse this film. And never will. I endorse the original franchise and all of its other spin-offs Even though this had its issues, I actually kind of liked it. Genesis was a iffy. But yet, that's my opinion. Yet again, I'd love to hear what you have, what you think about this, and whether franchise should continue shifting from male to female, just to say, okay, we have to have a woman save us in our franchises. That just feels like a cop out to me, or more hatred towards the man. I don't get it. I really don't. I don't want more of that. Please. If I see it's this that makes me wonder, are you trying to teach people to hate men? I don't get it. You're basically saying that you don't want any more human beings in the world that actually care about thy fellow man. You want them to be cold like Terminators. I'm not cold. I want creative stories. And I keep rambling. Oh, rats. I'd love to hear what you have to say in the comments. Please throw a thumbs up. And I bid you a very, very good day, night, or whatever.